let us move forward. Uh, so our next topic is actually we supposed to have a session from Sachin Bajajji, but he is very sick, so he could not join us. So we just reschedule our program, digitization of warehousing and transportation. Okay, so I will do talk about that. So brief introduction. Those who are joining for this session, I'm Shaik Abdul Khadar, CEO of Data Labs India. So I give high-level briefing on digitization of warehousing and the transportation for the next 40 minutes, and we also take up some questions. So I'll just share my screen. So let me share my screen to give some. mm, I'll just share maybe entire screen. Okay. And Praveen, if there is any questions, please let me know. So if you are able to see my screen, okay. Uh, so how can I? So is that okay? The screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It's now
Anybody can. Okay, thank you very much. So let me. We have one more 1 hour session now. So we talk about digitization of warehousing and transportation operations. So fruiSCE is a sponsor, the fruition of supply chain excellence, both warehouse management system and transportation management system. A quick introduction from my side is we have the fruition and fruit strategy solutions. We also help manufacturing, supply chain, and logistic companies for both strategy and operational excellence. Okay. So let us quickly do. So basically, this is what we do. We have a business growth theme where we help them to help organizations to formulate and execute strategies. And we have a manufacturing excellence team where we would like to help manufacturing organizations to achieve excellence and as a complete end-to-end manufacturing excellence along with the IT and OT integrations. So we have a warehousing and logistics team where we can automate complete end-to-end operations of warehousing, transportation, fleet management, global trade management, and also air control tower. So we do a handful of services to support implement these tools along with our some EPM services what we have. Okay. So let us talk about warehouse management first, which is very important part of supply chain. So warehouse management, just for some audience who are very new to warehousing kind of thing, I will give a very quick briefing about this. Is so there are a set of processes for warehouse management, which includes your purchase order process, your receiving through the goods receipt note kind of thing. So put away process means the received material you can keep it in appropriate locations. Okay. Then you have internal warehouse processes like moving from inventory from one location to another location internally or from the warehouse to warehouse. Okay. So picking process. So against sales order or any other things. So you can pick the material, pack it, and delivery. So pick, packing, and delivery. So these are some core processes of warehousing, and some enabling processes like repacking, value-added services, okay, and some technology enablers are there. So this will give you an idea about how the warehouse look like and how what are the core processes. Okay. There are some. This is a process flow. Just to give you an introduction about this. So when you do the inbound of a particular warehouse against a purchase order, so you make goods receipt note. So you do the goods receiving. Okay. Then if there is a cross docking, directly it will go to the delivery, or you do the quality and then put away to the appropriate locations, and then picking for the particular delivery, scanning, and then quality again if there is something, and advance shipment notification to your customers, and then printing invoices kind of thing. So this is a classical flow of any warehouse. There could be some special flows inside the warehouse, but this is the classical flow. And there could be integrations to make warehouse operations seamless. There could be integrations with ERP, transportation, manufacturing, execution, and etc. Okay. So I take it will be easy for me to explain digitization using our tool so that you get the big picture. Okay. So here the fruiSCE warehouse management system has three themes. One is the inbound part, so where we talk about all the receiving part, which is the material coming for a warehouse, whether it could be a manufacturing receiving or it could be a internal warehouse to warehouse receiving, or it is from the purchase receiving again from the supplier, whatever. Okay, or it could be sometimes you receive rejections or maybe returns also. Okay, so all those things will come. There are tools which can be enabled for this, like advanced shipment notifications, electronic data interchange kind of thing. So this is the inbound process, and we have outbound process like delivery to the customers, picking the material from the right locations and then delivering to them, kind of thing. So, and then if you are a 3PL operators, the billing of your warehouse and operations is one of the very important process. It will be based on your space, it will be space utilization or volumetric or maybe allocated space or items or whatever. Okay. Then one of the most important process is inventory management. So how you manage inventory in our warehouse? So you need to move inventory from one location to another location within the warehouse, or maybe one warehouse to another warehouse. So this is one of the critical area for this process to optimize. So we have like internal inventory the transactions. Okay. So there will be value added services also, and then dock and ad management, ABC analysis, cycle counting, all those things, whatever required to optimize your inventory is here. Okay. Okay. And then there are some special requirements like using the technology like IoT, barcoding, your IoT and barcoding to to speed up your process, especially in the distribution centers or in retail. We can use RFID tags to read complete GRN or delivery note. Okay, and then of course, whatever we talk now, technology, without talking AI, it is not complete. So, so AI models help warehousing and transportation operations very heavily. And then I'll just try to cover up this a little. So when you do this, I'll just take up through you a demo. Let me see if I can log in. Okay, so I'll stop screen share for a while, and then I'll just open. How can I see that? Okay, so let me open a warehouse management system. So that let me just I will share the screen. Give me one minute. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Uh, I hope you are able to see. Please confirm if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
If any problem with the screen, please just let me know. Okay. Okay. So here we are talking about warehouse management system. So when you log in into a warehouse management system, usually any warehouse management system. Currently, I'm giving an example of fruiSCE warehouse management system. Okay. You see here, when you see what is happening inside the organization, you can see in the warehouse, you can see the notifications, you can see all, you can see the location wise, zone wise, the scenario, what is happening, how many completed or not something. So earlier I talked about three themes. What one is inbound, outbound, and inventory. You see the same thing here: inbound, outbound, and inventory. Okay, so let me start with one or two dashboards. Okay, so let me start with one or two dashboards. Uh, so The dashboards will tell you. I think you are able to see the dashboards, right, Praveen? Just stay with me. Okay. Okay. Uh, so these dashboards will tell you about what is happening without looking into your records or paper or something, Excel or something. You can see everything going on in the company online at any time. You can see it. You can also you can see whatever happening inside the warehouse. Okay. So there are plenty of dashboards like inventory dashboards, space utilization, so inbound operations, outbound, blah blah. Okay. So this is, for example, if you would like to see, you have a 57 sales orders due. So you can just put a completed on how many likewise. Okay. So I'll come back to dashboards later. Okay. So let me explain about the overall warehouse processes. Like when you talk about warehouse inbound process, so we have a purchase order, a goods receipt, note, so goods receiving process, the put away process. Just to give you, put away process means you receive material and then you keep this material appropriately in the right location. So this is where AI plays a key role. Based on the put away strategies, system will recommend you where to keep. You don't have to fix them even the locations. Okay, the system will recommend you, and you just follow the system. You will be able to optimize your warehouse volume, space, and also speed. Okay. So likewise, inward checklist, a purchase request in case if you are making a purchase order based on a purchase request, you can do, and then cross docking and sales returns. Okay. So there is a damage stock also. You can manage it. I'll just take one by one. Okay, very quickly. So when you do the inbound process, okay, so it all starts with the purchase order. Okay. So I'll just take step by step very quickly. So you have purchase orders. Okay. So for example, if you want to have a purchase order, okay, so you can have very clearly can manually create purchase order, or you can import it, or you can integrate it with any ERP or any other system. So you create purchase orders, and it is very user friendly and it's very easy to use it. Okay, and you can have a different type of units, different type of storage units like packs of different units. Okay, bulk, break, liquids, everything. Okay. So this is how the inbound process purchase order can be done. And then you do the goods receipt. In the goods receipt, primarily, you here it's a challenge is you also have a gate entry. So in the gate entry, the system help you to integrate with even CC camera. So what happens is, in the gate, the user, the security guard will be there. Our CC camera will record the vehicle, record the number, and then make sure that his Aadhaar or any other identity card can be screened, even including the bill of lading. So those will be registered, okay, in the system, and then this will help us to help the gatekeeper or the security to leave the vehicle inside, and then further goods receipt. So those all processes are already automated. Okay, then you can do the goods receiving part. So in the goods receiving part, you make sure that everything is done properly, and here the technology plays a key role. So the barcoding and other things, you can just scan it, okay, and then make receiving. In case if you have a partnership with your, if he is giving the complete like a license plate number, you can scan it and completely do it, or you can import it also from Excel, or you can, in case of e-commerce, it can be integrated directly to the portal. Okay, likewise. So what you do here is you do the inbound goods receipt part. The put away is very important. Okay, so in the put away process, what happens is, okay, so in the put away process, if you do it properly, okay, so you can take to the put away. One second, let me take one order which is as interest. So let me see if I can show some data. Yeah, one second. Okay, so I'm just trying to show one or two orders, which is maybe it is completed and data we already done. Okay. Anyways, it's not coming. So in this put away process, what is happening is, so you get the material, and then you allocate appropriate time, space to go to the locations. You can do this from scratch. And it's very easy. You can just start and complete kind of thing. Okay, and you can do the inward checklists, and then you can also do the purchase request. So inward checklist means you can just make sure that you have all the products received properly and then sign it in case if it is a digital signature or whatever. So you can do that like verified by supervisor. You can do that. The moment you select invoice date kind of thing, so you can write it properly and then you can do the verification. You can just so if you give an order or something, so you can just filter it out. Okay, so you can filter out if they have something here. So likewise, you can just do it and then make a signature of this. Okay. So this is how the inbound process will, and even the cross docking. Cross docking means basically when you have a warehouse and you have incoming shipments, and then you have outgoing shipments. You can just cross dock. So instead of taking the material to your warehouse, you can directly pull them to some vendor, and then but it will happen without receiving the material within the warehouse. But what happens is it will directly send it, but the records purpose it will be recorded so that you can always do the you can always do that. If there is any data orders available for cross docking, it will pop up here. Okay, and then for them against that you can map. Okay, that's how the inbound process works. Okay, so please post any questions if there is something. Like what we have seen, you can also see the outbound process, which is very very important. The outbound process includes like a sales order or a manufacturing order or whatever. So this is very, very important that we know the delivery orders basically. Okay, so if you have a delivery order, okay, so there are sequence of steps which I will not be covering it in this session, but you can just you can also scan it. You don't have to enter it anything. You can scan it. Everything is both manual and scanning optimized, so you can just scan it and look into it. So you have a sales order you can deliver against that. So you created a sales order, then you have a picking. So one of the most important process in warehousing is the picking process. This is where you have a lot of time it takes. Okay, it takes a lot of time, especially if you have the picking of a lot of materials against one goods delivery note or kind of thing. It's very very important process where you lose a lot of time. Okay, so in the picking process, the system will help you to scan it properly and then scan both product and also location, so the user is not allowed to make any mistakes. Okay, this is how the system will support, and then you do the picking part. Okay, and the system will do picking by picking strategy. Okay, so picking means system will recommend you the list. So like it will recommend you what to pick. Like you see here in this case, you have a product ID, you see the sales order, picking list number kind of thing. So it will give you the complete list. See here from where you need to pick. Okay, so you hear zone 5, rack 1, this is the column name. So exactly it will pick, and then you just all you need to do is you just click on it, include it, and then just start and end. So the picking process will be very handy. And how the user will do, I will show you in the workforce. Okay, but the end user, how it will do. So that's how the outbound process picking works. Then once you do the all picking process, you do the shipments. You collect all the shipments. You collect all the shipments together, and then you can combine them, pack it, and then you attach any document to that, and then deliver it. So likewise, the next step is the sales invoicing. Now here there are two invoicing: the product sales on the 3PL operations invoice. Both are possible in the system. You can do that. So the product sales is whatever you are doing sales. So you can create it. You can do the complete sales. You can add any additional charges. By default the rates will be picked from the order or from any contract kind of thing. It will be like it will be printed. The invoice will be printed automatically. Everything in a proper format. The taxable invoice. So you can get that. Okay, and then you can also check whatever the terms and conditions if you want to include. So you can close the invoice, and it is also integrated with the portal. Okay, so that's how the invoicing and gate out. So again, this is the gate out process is integrated to the CC camera, and make sure that the moment your truck go outside or as any vehicle go outside, it can be integrated. It can be recorded as a cross reference, the number plates and all, and then how much time the truck is staying inside. Also, one KPI you can always measure. Okay. So likewise, you do the outbound process and replenishment order means see basically in the warehouses what happens is it's a bulk storage in the form of pallets, and then there is a loose storage like by piece. Okay, piece-wise storage where you open that packet and then keep it as a single pieces. Okay, especially it is useful for each pick. So when your packet, your storage unit consists like 100 pieces, and you have an order for 110. So 100 you take the bulk pick, okay. Then you take the 10 from the loose pick. So to convert them from bulk to loose, it's a replenishment process. And then if you have a returns from purchasing, okay, from purchasing, I mean like so they're coming back, okay. So you have to send it back to the vendor supplier. So you can use this purchase returns also. Replacement order. Sometimes there is a mistake or whatever. So you send a replacement order. So you all this process automatically happens in the system. Okay, nothing manual. Okay, it's a paperless inventory operations. So the before that, okay, so I'll talk about the configuring the warehouse in a while. So outward checklist and then purchase returns. All those things will can take up. Now, I before I talk the inventory, so there is how you do the masters. So that is wonderful. So you create master data. I just I'll go here. There are plenty of masters available. Okay, so you create zones. Okay, there are plenty of master data available. Okay, so you can create like there are plenty of masters available. So there are plenty of like classifications, organization, a transporter, linking, bill of you name it. So based on the need, the configuration will take place. So the third theme is inventory. So in the inventory, it's very important that you manage your warehousing operations properly, completely, and successfully. Okay, and it is very important for every warehousing operator or warehousing manager. So transfer, so internal transfer from one location to another location within the transfer, and you don't have to enter it manually. All you need to do is you need to just take it and you scan it, and then you from which warehouse to which location, scan the product, scan the from location, scan to location. It will transfer automatically. Kind of thing. So you have a cycle counting, so physical inventory. So you can conduct physical inventory periodically by zone, by product group, or maybe by customer. Especially if the 3PL is there, so it all depends on the customer. Okay, so you can do the cycle counting based on the customer. Okay, and you have like a inventory adjustments, like especially when you are doing stock quoting, there is a discrepancy, you want to adjust it or whatever, and you want to do some kind of inventory adjustments with a reason code properly, that can be done. ABC analysis is there. This is very important that in any of the warehousing, so you do, for example, let me do it for you. Okay. uh, Okay, so let me do it for you. Let us say I generate ABC analysis. This is fantastic smart system where you can do ABC analysis by product group, or and also by product category. So you know exactly what are the products you have by day, and then you can see how the things are going on. So you can see all the products, the usage by usage, and then you can see what products belongs to what category. And then it's not only one line, one level ABC analysis. You can also do XYZ analysis, like based on XYZ as another. You can just embed another categorization over ABC, like vital, critical, and desired kind of thing. Those you can combine these two and do the ABC classification. ABC classification is very important. And aging almost always is aging report is one of the most important report. So in the aging, you do what you do is basically how long is your inventory staying in your warehouse without moving. It's very very important. So you can do the aging report. Everything is done automatically. That's the beauty of it. So uh, for example, if you have, um, then you can. I don't know whether you have something. So you can purchase. So you can just generate it. You can see it like aging. So this is the product. Okay, so you can see the classification, and also it is more than 20 days. All those things will be done. Very nice, very important for the, especially when you are talking about the food sector kind of thing. So warehouse transfer. So within the warehouse transfer, from you can transfer it, and then from one warehouse to another warehouse is one of the very important. If you see here, uh, so it's very important that it's a two warehouse and destination warehouse. You select it by default. The solution supports the multi warehouse. You can select it, and then you also have a organization, multi organization. So it's a multi organization, multi warehouse warehouse management. So you can see the destination. So you can select it, and then you can create an order. So okay, so then you can create definite the orders for the any multi transfer orders. So you can create it, and also uh, so you can see whatever is, you can see here. This is the destination warehouse. Okay, so if you have a super admin, you can see it. Let me see if it is approved. Okay, maybe I can see this. I can show this. Likewise, so this is how the full cycle is shown. Okay. Likewise, so this is like a, you have a warehouse transfers, inventory issues for production basically. So when you have a warehouse management system is used in combination with manufacturing execution system or ERP, so the issue inventory will do it for you. So it will completely, even it can be used a regular production issue, or it can be black flush, or it can be combination of those two. Okay, so that's how the inventory. So now we talk about inbound, we talk about outbound, and we talk about inventory. So the complete core process. Now, here there are something just to make sure that your system supports all your operations. The planning part, the inbound planning and outbound planning. That means, see, if you have the visibility of inbound for 1 week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. So what are the resources you need? What are the manpower you need? How many forklifts you need? How many shifts you need? All those things can be planned very nicely. It is very, very important that you have a complete visibility of your inbound shipments. Then accordingly you can make it. So likewise, you can do the planning for inbound. Okay, and then you also can do the outbound planning. So you have that orders scheduled for the next 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You don't have to do it on a ad hoc basis, in a firefighting basis. You can always do a planning for that, and then you select the right people and put the right people in the shifts based on the urgency, what are the resources required, equipments, kind of thing. So this is how you do the planning. Okay. Now you have a workforce which is very important. Now, when you one of the most important is when especially for 3PL operators mid-size, managing the people and time is one of the most important part. So what you do is you allocate them you measure their tasks. When they log in from their user, so they only see what is remaining. Like if you see employee tasks, so like this is the screen they see it. Now in this, when they log in, you can see how many putaways are pending for me. You can see that I have something here on loading and unloading. If I click here, I can see the list here. Okay, now this is my list. If I am in a user, this is the list. So what I do, if there is a product picture, you can see the picture here. All I will do is I will just start and complete it. That means loading and unloading, I just start, and this will be done in the tool. Okay, and also in the tablet, whatever you are doing, you can do that. Okay, likewise, loading, unloading. There are so all these employee processes. With that, exact timestamps of people is recorded automatically. So this tells you where you have inefficiency, where you have a problem, where the overall process is slowing down. So you can do some study, and then you can also plan for improvements. So that's how it happens in the warehouse. Okay, and it's one of the most important. And then you can see the employee performance periodically by selecting any particular employee kind of thing. I don't know whether if it is giving me something, assign something. Okay, so let me see if there is something. Okay, so you can select the dates. Okay, now I'm selecting which today's date. Maybe there is no operation today. Okay, so I'll just filter it out. Something will come. Okay, now this person does not have. Okay, so let me go back one more time and try to do it. Okay, so if there is something, okay, likewise, you see, thank you. So it comes like that. So this is a complete performance management of individual. Okay, everything timestamps are recorded. So time and motion study is embedded in the warehousing operations. Okay. So now we talk about inbound, outbound inventory planning and workforce billing. So billing is very important. Billing is very important process where, sorry, I'm not able to get it here. Something space utilization. Okay. So billing is especially important for 3PL operators. 3PL billing is done here. Billing can be done through storage space, daily consumption, volumetric, or space allocated, whatever you talk about. So there is a complete billing process. Any 3PL operator can do it. And also this is directly linked to our transportation condition. I'll talk you about that topic in a while. Okay, so building can be done. Space utilization, you can see what is the space, how it is used, how it can be, its complete calculation can be automated. Like space utilization building. So if you want to do the building by only space utilization, that also can be done. And then you have a value-added services like packing, repacking, co-packing, labeling. So this could be a part of your warehouse operations, especially when you're talking about 3PL. So it's very important process which all are done properly. Now, when in advanced, the quality inspections can be done for incoming and outgoing asset management, the barcoding, IoT integrations. Okay, barcoding is a part of every operation. You can do that. So when you talk about the integration, okay, when you talk about the integration, and the system can be integrated seamlessly from your manufacturing, from your fleet and transportation, maybe an SAP or another strategy tool or whatever. So you can do that complete integration for your warehouse management, and then you do. Now I'll just come back to one important part. So I am showing you visually a layout. Okay. So visual layout is one of the most important part in the warehousing in the layout. See, now this is the top view of your warehouse. You can manage actually everything from this screen. Okay, so you have a screen like this. You can see the zones, you can see, and then you can see this blue is the inventory is present. Now, if you want to search by any product, okay, for example, see if this product I want to search, where is it? Okay, it will tell you which locations present. You don't have to ask anybody. Directly, you can go there and pick this material. Now, I'll tell you in this, I'll just click on it. Okay, you see here, so there are other items also present, but you can see this item. And let me check this. Okay, see here. So there are different look items are present, and for this, how much is present, how much is the total, everything. Likewise, in this screen, you can select by customer, you can select by packing, you can do the inventory adjustments, you can also complete inbound and outbound processes from here. Everything. This is one screen is enough for you as a manager to manage your entire warehouse operations and supervise from wherever location you are. Okay, so this is one of the very important thing, and then you can also configure your warehouse from here. So this is warehouse management system concepts. Okay, so there are plenty of dashboards available, and it is a multilingual, so it supports multi-language, and all these color combinations are self-driven. So you can choose your own color combinations and other things and save it. The user will be created based on that. So I think this is one of the most important session for as far as the warehousing is concerned. Let me stop screen sharing. Okay, so let me go back to since I stop it. Uh, so I also would like to open. Uh, I'll keep good warehouse management, fleet management system also. Now let me just go back to where is it? Where I am now. Registry. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so I'm just share my screen once again. I'll share entire screen at this moment. Okay. So if I are able to see this, now let me talk about. I will just skip some of them. I'll talk about warehouse management system. If you are able to see the full screen of transportation and fleet management, just let me know. Okay, so we have key industry challenges. Praveen, if you are able to see
Yes,
the,
sir. Yes, sir. We are
thank
visible.
you. So there are, say, transportation is again very not well organized industry segment. So this is very important, and also it's very challenging. Okay, so what we do here is the transportation and fleet complete end-to-end fleet and transportation management is covered in fruiSCE. Everything what you need it. Okay, so right from load, let me select an highlighter. So load and order management, the trip management, vehicle, driver, fuel, tenders and rates, maintenance. Okay, the inventory management, and then the statutory, the billing part, the incidents and claims, the performance, the IoT integrations, and the process mining to optimize your processes, the integrations, and also some ERP integrations. So complete thing is done. So now I would like to take up. Let me know if I am able to show my screen. Okay. Yeah, if you are able to see my screen, please let me know. Are you able to see fleet management screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now here it's very important that I'll just take you through fleet operations in next maybe 10 minutes. So fleet management is basically, what after you configure the load management, you can manage all your loads. Okay, so all your loads you can see, you can create loads. Basically, you can see any material which you want to transfer from A to B is your load. Okay, so one truck can carry one load or multiple loads based on your type of transportation requirement. So you create loads, and then there is a flexible way to create loads. Just to go back again, back to summary, you can see the stepper. Okay, so if I see the stepper, what happens is, so you can see the load creation. You create all the requirements. Okay, if you have a contract, you can select the contract. You can create directly load, and then you can have a LR and CA LR. Okay, numbers you can attach it. So, and then you can also do shipper instructions, driver instructions, and customer instructions, and signatures also, digital signatures you can do. You can invoice documents. But here, one of the most important point is you create all the loads, okay, based on the need, and then you allocate the vehicle. You do the vehicle planning. Okay, so you allocate all the vehicles to create a trip. So that's how the process happens. So when you create a trip, okay, so then the trip management is one of the most important part. So it could be a milk run, it could be a complete A to B, or whatever kind of transportation you do it, you can do it from here. Okay, so there are multiple steps. Most of the steps are automatic. Okay, and these steps you are optional. You can keep them based on your need. Okay, so trip summary. If you see the trip summary, it will tell you, okay, from which location it will go, which, and then you can allocate the resources, the equipments, kind of thing, the people, driver. You can manually allocate it also. So what is the occupancy kind of thing? So you can do that in allocation. The route. So you have a route management. So automatically by default the route will be selected, and in case you want to drag and change it for another route, all you need to do is you need to change that and then save it. Then it will go to the appropriate manager to approve it. Then this will be going. It will be shared to a driver for the confirmation. So the moment he confirms from his user interface, it will be confirmed, and then he can do the job. Okay, he can take it up. Likewise the confirmations. Okay, so the confirmation will take up, so whoever is handling this finally. Okay, and then if you want to pay some advance money to a driver, in case he want to carry cash or something, so you can do that all through here. Okay, and then trip sheet. This is important, for the drivers. There is a trip sheet. So what happens in this drivers, in this, I don't see any order here, but the trip sheets will be there. You can operate it. Okay, so you can consolidate all your expenses in this. Whoever is doing it, so you can do that. Settlement, you can settle advance versus actual consumption, actual expenses. You can settle the bills. This is one of the pain area where you have to. There will be a lot of interactions from the users. All documents is very important. So all the documents required, you can scan it and upload it here. Okay, by the trip ID number, you can scan it. All these things will be happening in the mobile application as well. Shipments execution means finally when you do that, okay, when you complete the transactions, you can hand it over vehicle, okay, properly by taking pictures, okay, and then you have completed the job. So make sure that everything is done. So these are all the optional steps which you can have. So this is a part of trip management. Now in the vehicle, so if you have a own fleet or a third party, you can handle both. So if you have a vehicle management, so if you have a own fleet, one of the most important part is which vehicle is available. Is it statutorily okay or not, or something is going for maintenance? Okay, what is it? Do you have any accident claims or insurance claims? So is it trip? So you can see here. So there is a stepper for vehicle. So vehicle status can be seen seamlessly online. So it is very important that you have a good visibility of your assets. Okay. So likewise, you can see vehicle availability. You can at any given point of time, you can select, and then you can also buy a owner. So even if you have a leased vehicles, open market, or your own vehicles, you can see what is your vehicle availability in this. Okay, likewise, you have this is very important. At any given time, you don't need to call somebody and ask. Based on if somebody is there on the trip, it will be recorded, so you know exactly what are the vehicles available, kind of thing. Vehicle planning, I just said. Okay, odometer. This will be integrated with the odometer, and also fuel sensors and GPS. So based on the your investment in the hardware, so it can be integrated directly. The data will come to the fruiSCE transportation and fleet management, and you can manage and you can also do alerts here. So in case you have some constraints or conditions you want to put an odometer or GPS or a fuel sensors, you can do that. Okay, so you can add a GPS driver. Driver management is very important. So you can have all the resources. You can see when you see the drivers, you can see their list. Okay, from where he has a license number, you can have a statutory, so valid license, everything. Okay, behavior when he is driving, you can have a toll-free number on the back side of your vehicle. If somebody call, our AI engine will answer it, record it properly, and then update the behavior. Okay, and if he's the vehicle if the driver is in the trip, so automatically he can see his status in the trip, kind of thing. Okay, so likewise, so co-drivers we call sometimes cleaners or something, so we can do that. Okay, so okay. So you have a fuel. So in the fuel, basically, it's very important. It's very expensive. You can have a fuel sensors connected to it, and then you can complete have the history of the fuel details. Fuel slips can be generated. Okay, you can also uh, assign vehicles to the fuels. Very detailed fuel management. Okay, fuel monitoring. You can have a fuel monitoring, and this is integration. The moment we have into the real-time integration, you get into the fuel management. Maintenance, asset management, like you have tires, you have vehicles, you have everything. So it's a two ways. One is the predictive maintenance, another is the regular maintenance of work orders. So you can create a maintenance order process, okay, and then you can create. There is a step-by-step process for the maintenance. You give them again. It will go to the workshop, create a work order completion, test drive. So all those things can be completed for a particular vehicle. So you can do that. Okay, and then once the complete maintenance part is there, you can also there is an inventory part for this for the spare parts and other things. So you can schedule, you can plan. Okay, so you can do the work order closure, the step by step. You can see what is going on your work orders. Okay, so inventory management here. This is where your spare parts primarily. You can directly take. You can have a purchase orders, goods receipt, complete inventory management of your uh, the spare parts. So this is you manage all your spare parts. You can see including cycle counting everything. I send it a brief in the warehouse management. So almost all the processes are there. So you can do the cycle counting processes also in this. Okay, so complete inventory processes like goods receipt, inventory transactions history, inventory transfers, adjustments. Even you can do the cycle counting, okay, purchase request, all the processes which are required to complete your inventory processes as part of the fleet and transportation is here. Incidents and claims, basically, you talk about the any accident or any incident or any breakdown, you record it, and then you can claim insurance or maybe replacement vehicles kind of thing. You can always maintain that. Okay, even the system will do the automatic follow up also based on the need. Okay, so this is a very detailed way to maintain incidents and claims. Then we have a financials and statutory where this is a very important, the financials. So before financials, when I talk about statutory here, so you put up all your statutory requirements here in this. So what you do is you can create like for vehicle statutory, for driver, cleaner, or co-driver, any other statutory, you can keep it. So you can monitor it automatically. Okay, so in case, okay, if you have any problem in this, you can also import export kind of thing in the statutory. You can also do that. So when it comes to finance, so you see both. If you have your own fleet, you can do that. If you have a third party, you can hire from the market. So you can buy or lease the services from the third party vehicle providers, and then you can just put it. And then you can also have a profitability. You can have a P&L by vehicle. So you can do that. So likewise, you can create a customer order. You can create invoicing of all types. For example, so invoicing is very, very robust. So you can do the invoicing part very nicely. And then you can also payments. So you can integrate the payment gateways also in case if you want to do that. Okay. So as a receipt of payments can be recorded, kind of thing. Okay. So vendor also vendor orders, you can create that and then invoicing it. So both your customers and then vendors. And then these you can also do the profitability. There are plenty of reports available to do that profitability kind of thing. Okay, so there are plenty of reports which can be which can be done, and it is integrated to it is integrated to uh, your warehousing and other things. So there are plenty of reports available. So you can see inventory consumption kind of thing. So you can do that vehicle availability kind of thing. So you have a dashboards, plenty of dashboards. You can by vehicle analytics, trips. Okay, so you name it, everything is available. And there is a one fantastic way to manage this is the quick access. Quick access is a process where you can do everything from one location. Okay, if you are an operations manager, you can create purchase order, you can create load, you can create trucks, trips, and then you can create invoice, maintenance. Everything can be completed in one scale. You don't have to look. So this is a if you are very familiar with the processes. So from one screen, you can do everything. Okay, so that's how the process will be happening. Okay, and then it's a quick access today's tasks, so you can assign what are the tasks pending, and then it's a multi-language, so it support all the languages whatever you name it, and there are plenty of help files available. So in each screen there are plenty of available. For example, if you are going to the driver, I hope we have here. Okay, so there is a help file, and then there are portals, and then you have a user profiles kind of thing. And this is there are other things enablers like AI, like container optimization, route optimization, inventory optimization, all are like enablers for this. So so I think this is the of presentation for, and there are some benefits of fleet and transportation management. Okay, so I would like to all these businesses, in case if you have a very good warehousing and transportation business, this can be completely done also through a solution called Fruit Strategy. The Fruit Strategy will help you to grow business. Basically, you can do the you can. I will be talking more about this in the evening one time. So plan and goal setting. You can have an organizational alignment and execution. So this is how you do that. So I think this is primarily I'll just stop screen sharing and then come back to where I am here. Okay. So so this is a session for a second session today. We have 4 or 5 minutes. So one of the most important thing what a warehousing and third party logistic providers or any other company who operates warehousing and transportation, one of the most important thing is if you want to really use artificial intelligence to empower your organizations, you need to first of all establish a system of operations. So that is your ERP is not enough. ERP will do some part of it. In case we also have ERP, but ERP will do. But having a vertical solution like for warehouse operations and transportation management will help you to get ready for next generation operations, to use AI and also IoT heavily to maximize your profitabilities and get ready for next generation. If you want to really compete globally with especially like China or any other countries, establishing robust processes in warehousing and transportation is not an option; it's a mandate. So I take this as an opportunity to conclude the session. If you have any questions, please post it. Okay, and I will be available throughout the session and also post the session. Let me know. You can write it to me. I'm anyway moderating the show, so I will be available to support you to answer any of your questions. So thank you very much. We have 2 more minutes. Uh, I would like to say that all these warehousing and transportation systems will have a mobile applications or tablets. So they are very well integrated with any other technology. And also it will help you to identify your KPIs and report your KPIs properly to manage your processes. Okay, so that's how the thing will happen. And I hope I have covered everything. As per the people, it's a user friendly. The technology is the new technology, very advanced technology. So this technology is going to stay for next 10, 15 years. So it's easy. So it's not an obsolete technology or kind of thing. It's a new technology. So where you can rely on. So with that, I try to conclude the session. Um, and then please post your questions. We have 1 or 2 minutes left now. I will be happy to take up questions, and we would like to do the next. So, just to give you a summary of what happened so far about this workshop, we have few more sessions to go today. Like we have 6 more sessions. This next session is from Shankaran, role of warehousing in driving business excellence. Then followed by Alexander Borg, so managing logistics and disruptions in a volatile environment. Then afternoon 2 o'clock we talk about AI driven logistics by Suresh Kavali, and we have railway logistics from Distance. Then Rajesh Selvan will talk about 3PL and contract logistics. Excellent. And then we have a concluding session at the end. If one Prakash ji can manage, we talk about end-to-end freight management, and then we will talk about once again the strategy management, which is the business growth, the solution. Okay. So Praveen, if Shankaranji is available, can we bring onto the stage?
Yes, sir. Just 2 minutes. He will join.
Okay, no problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the session, and stay tuned for a very interesting insights. Uh, Post your questions here into this, and all sessions will be videos will be shared in the LinkedIn for all the users. So you can share it with any of your colleagues and also your contacts. Okay. So yeah, just to keep you engaged. Uh, uh, so we had some glitch in the live streaming. So you can just go to the LinkedIn page and see the comments. You can see the YouTube live link, which is connected to this stream, our streaming platform, what we are using it for today's session. Okay. So I'm just waiting for Shankaranji to join. So let me see. So if it's taking time, then I have to talk something about just to give you some glimpse what the flu strategy, what the supply chain excellence summit is doing it. We have around 250 or 300 videos. When you see our channel, subscribe to our channel, Data Labs India channel, YouTube link, where you will find all the lectures given by experts. You have everything. Okay, you can filter it through summits wise, and then look into it. So fantastic opportunity to anyone who would like to listen to their favorite speaker and also on favorite topic. Okay. I just wait for a minute to join. Shakaran is joining, right?
Yes, sir. It is on.
So maybe talk about Data Labs channel. So since it is taking a minute or two, so I would like to show you about our channel. So I'll just let me share my screen again. I'll share the entire screen. Okay. So here in the Data Labs India channel, we have videos. Okay, it's a fantastic type of videos, around 250 videos. All are our ex-speakers on different topics. You can just look into it. So there are so many topics covered so far for last 2 years. Okay, so there are so many videos. You talk about business strategy, you talk about supply chain, manufacturing. So those who would like to understand more, so they can just look into it and select their favorite topic. You can have your playlists also here. It's classified, categorized by strategy and warehousing, manufacturing. So you can do that. So you can also go to the live session where we talk about whatever is going on in this. Okay. So just you can subscribe and you can use this is to support you. So let's wait for Shankaran to join. Maybe I'll play a video of our warehouse management system. Maybe.